And being live, you never know what's going to go wrong. I spent one scene holding up a set because it had fallen down one afternoon trying to look casual. You know what I mean? Everyone knew Elizabeth Montgomery as the sweet witch who twitched her nose. But her family knew different truths. Her secret affair with Elvis Presley, the eerie connection to Lizzie Borden she discovered too late, the real reason she fought with her famous father until he died. For decades, her children protected these secrets. They turned down millions in book deals. Then, suddenly, they started talking. What made them change their minds? The answer involves a deathbed confession that nobody saw coming. Elizabeth Montgomery was born on April 15, 1933 in Los Angeles. Her arrival was marked by an unspoken sadness. 2 years before she was born, her parents, Robert Montgomery and Elizabeth Allen, had lost their first daughter, Martha Bryan, who died as a baby in 1931. That loss stayed with the family forever. Elizabeth was often seen as a replacement child. Her parents never spoke of it directly, but they carried their grief into her childhood. This created a strange weight. They hoped she would live up to the sister they had lost. Her father was a famous actor and director. Her mother was a Broadway actress. Together, they pushed her to be perfect. That pressure followed Elizabeth everywhere, making her feel as if she had to earn their love and attention. It shaped the way she thought about herself and left her always chasing approval. Her father, Robert Montgomery, was famous, driven, and fiercely protective. Deep down, he didn't want his daughter to follow him into show business. Even so, Elizabeth loved acting. That scared him. So he tried to control her future. He sent her to strict schools like Westlake School for Girls in Los Angeles and Spence School in New York. To him, that was better than Hollywood. Even when she showed talent, he was never satisfied. When she appeared on his television series Robert Montgomery Presents, he never gave compliments. Instead, he gave long lists of what she did wrong. Even in her personal life, he pulled the strings, deciding who was good enough to be around her. Elizabeth felt trapped by his control, but that only made her more determined to make her own way. By 1951, after graduating from Spence, Elizabeth moved to New York City. She secretly enrolled at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. This was her first big rebellion. The school was famous for teaching people like Grace Kelly and Robert Redford. Going there was Elizabeth telling her father she would choose her own path. Within a year, she had earned her first role on television. This time she was performing because she wanted to, not because someone told her to. It was the beginning of a career built on her own talent. That need to please her father ran deep. Even when Elizabeth was grown up, it followed her. Her choices in men reflected that. In 1954, she married Frederick Cummon, a wealthy businessman who was much older. Her next serious partner was Gig Young, an actor more than 20 years her senior. Many people thought these choices were about her father. They thought she was chasing his approval through other men. The relationships never lasted. They often ended badly. Elizabeth felt as if she was repeating the same emotional cycle over and over. Years after her death, people discovered a strange link in her family. Genealogists found out she was sixth cousins once removed with Lizzie Borden. Lizzie was the woman accused of murdering her parents with an axe in 1892. Elizabeth had no idea. Yet in 1975, she played Lizzie Borden in a television movie. The Legend of Lizzie Borden aired on February 10, 1975. Critics praised her eerie performance. Some even wondered if a part of her had known the family secret all along. That was not the only tense, memorable performance of her career. Elizabeth's first television role was on her father's series Robert Montgomery Presents. The episode was called Top Secret, and it aired in 1951. She was just 18 years old. In the script, she played her father's daughter. On set, she was so nervous that she greeted him with "Hi, Pop," and he forgot his own lines. Instead of laughing it off, he sent her detailed notes about her mistakes after the show ended. She thought about changing her last name to avoid being seen as his daughter. But when she told him, he took it personally. What's the matter? He asked. Are you ashamed of me? That guilt stayed with her. By 1953, she was finally proving herself. Her Broadway debut in Late Love earned her a Theatre World Award as Most Promising Newcomer. The praise was real. It was not her father's influence. Critics said she had talent. Period. That gave her the confidence she had been craving. She worked constantly. In the 1950s and early 1960s, she appeared in more than 250 live television programs. Shows like Studio One and Kraft Television Theater showed off her skill. Acting on live TV was demanding. Memorizing lines and performing without retakes left most actors drained, but Elizabeth thrived. I guess you could say, I'm a TV baby. She liked to say. That was where she learned to hold her own. Then in 1960, came one of her most surprising roles on The Untouchables. She played Rusty Heller, a manipulative club singer with a dangerous edge. People who thought she could only do nice girl parts were shocked. Robert Stack, the star of the show, admitted nobody thought she'd be right for the role. Elizabeth played it so well that she earned her first Emmy nomination. From that moment on, she was more than a promising newcomer. She was someone who could take risks. Her film career was less smooth. Early movies, like The Court Martial of Billy Mitchell and Johnny Cool, failed to make much impact. On the set of Johnny Cool, she was injured often. A car door crushed her hand. A stunt went wrong and left her covered in bruises. The Los Angeles Times called her the most bruised actress in pictures. On that set, she fell for the director, William Asher. They married in 1963, the same year Johnny Cool came out. That partnership led to Bewitched, the series that would make her a household name. Elizabeth Montgomery lived a life full of surprises. One of the most shocking was her secret affair with Elvis Presley. According to biographer Herbie Pilato, they met in the early 1960s on the set of Kid Galahad in 1962.